Every budget has a buyer, and I'm sure you want to know what that means. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. It's July 7th, 2017, 1:10 in the afternoon. Perfect day to talk about sales, and a perfect day to talk about sales training here in Sacramento, California. So, you're going to find that when you're in sales, there's all sorts of different type of buyers. There's all sorts of different type of people who want to buy a product, a service, a widget, a gizmo, whatever it is to be sold. And for every product that there is, you have one end of the spectrum where the person, all they care about is the price, right? They're just, in their mind, most people would say that they're cheap, but it might have been the way that they were brought up. In their mind, low price is the way that wins. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have the person who wants a long-term relationship. They want the quality, they want the service, they want everything that goes along with it. And between these two ends of the spectrum, there's all sorts of different products that fit those needs. There's all sorts of different applications. Now, the trick is for you as a salesperson is you need to identify who is and who is not your client. Because I got to tell you something, if over here where you have high-end service, quality, relationship, long-term, you fill in the blank, and you go to this person's home, office, business, they come and meet with you, you're going to mismatch, you're going to butt heads. And there are ways to have the conversation and to sell the person over here, but I got to let you know, it can be a lot of work, it can be a lot of effort, and it could be very tiring. And this is where it comes into play that you need to know where your marketing is going. You need to know your demographics, you need to know your psychographics. And psychographics are like the next really big conversation that people are going to have in sales and in marketing and business, because it really defines who your customer is. There is a buyer for every budget, right? And you got to know that sometimes you should not sell to somebody outside of your list, outside of your group, outside of your bucket, whatever terminology that you want to put it into. So I see where companies struggle. I'll go ride with their salespeople, and they're over here on this end of the spectrum because they got to pay me. They're over here on this end of the spectrum, and they keep going to clients that over here where they want service quality, long-term relationships, all the things that go along with it, and they keep ending up at the wrong place. They keep ending up at the wrong type of client. And you got to know that you're going to get specific objections. Over here, this objection is always going to be about price. It's always, no matter how cheap it is, no matter how discounted it is, it's always too much, right? Oh, that's way too much money. I can always find it for less somewhere else. And this person over here is the first one to complain about everything. They're the most difficult person. And you're going to find that most of the people over here on the spectrum, they may ask, hey, is there a discount? And it's not going to make or break the sale. It's just what they're taught. Hey, is there a discount? Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll take care of you. Okay? Or, no, I can't. This is the price. This is how it is. Okay, fantastic. Let's get it done. Right? But you got to know that whatever bucket that you're working with, whatever group that you're working with, whether it's, long-term relationship or super inexpensive and price-driven only, there is a budget for every buyer. There is a company for every buyer, and you just need to know which game you're playing. If over here you're playing American football and over here is rugby, you're going to have a tough time communicating. The rules are different. The game is different. This is why it's very important for you to know who your client is through surveys, asking them questions. Psychographics, you're going to have to hire somebody to do that and use surveys and ask questions. And then also from being out in the field. And I see a lot of companies think that they're the end-all be-all and we're going to service everybody, right? And it's very difficult because over here, if you have a lot of the people over here who only worry about price, there's a high probability that this group of people right here, these guys and girls, all they're going to do is complain. They're never happy, right? They're never happy. These people, they pay the price and you hardly ever hear from them, and they're easier to get along with. You have my answer. You know which way that I'm leaning. I'm leaning this direction, right? I would much rather deal with a business owner or a manager who's over here who understands what they're getting than somebody over here who all they care about is the price and nothing ever works for them. They're the first people to ask for refunds, more discounts. Anytime that you get in trouble, you've done something wrong, it's like they bring the hatchet to the price. Well, you charged me $1,000 and I want $200 off. They're never happy. And they're the people who will keep on the phone the longest, write the most amount of emails, give you the most amount of bad surveys. And I get it. If you're a salesperson and everything's getting funneled and you got both ends of the spectrum, your hope is to get this person and not to get this one. Every budget has a buyer. Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.